This car should not exist.
Around 8 months ago, I bought my crashed M4 Competition, not knowing a single thing about it. And around 3 months ago, after hundreds of hours and many months rebuilding it on this channel, we finally got it back together looking exactly how it should.
And we thought we were done with this thing. I mean, look at it. The thing is basically complete.
Now, everything we put on over those last couple months went together perfect. I mean, look how good the car came out. But the whole time, there was one issue that we discovered along the way that we knew might hold us back. And that was the chassis rail that we had already previously attempted in a past episode to bend back, which at the time we thought went quite well. But in the end, we weren't so certain. So we took it to our body shop to get it looked at properly once the car was mostly done and they could assess everything with the panels on. And what they told us changed the trajectory of this build as a whole.
They pretty much told us that the chassis rail is still bent, which is exactly why, when we close this bonnet down, you'll see that one side is, I can put my finger in it, which is not normal, and the other side, it's practically sitting on top of it, which basically means the entire front end, although we used the tram gauge and it was all straight, is actually, as a whole, over.
So what does this mean for us?
Well, we were told a job like this normally costs $25,000 Australian, which is more than we paid for this car. So it's definitely not worth it. And we don't want to scrap the car. So we're going to be attempting it ourselves. It's time to tear absolutely everything out of this front end because a chassis rail is underneath all of that.
And so, it's time to undo everything we've spent the last 8 months building. It's hard to believe we're standing here pulling apart a car that, just a few weeks ago, we thought was finally finished. But fingers crossed, in the end, it'll all be worth it. So, now that the exterior parts are off the car, our first goal is to have the radiators out, which will allow us to have more wiggle room when we get to taking the motor out.
All the fresh coolant unfortunately needs to come out.
Yeah, all brand new fluids have to come out. We're gonna drain this, then we can take the ruds out, and then just some suspension bits and the engine's ready to come out. It's actually fairly simple, or we just have too much experience. Alright, so clip is open, ready, and 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm so sorry. Look at that, mate. It's coming out like a rocket. And I completely wet you.
Are you serious?
Alright, there you go.
It's
cleaner than the other time.
We've never done a coolant job without spilling it everywhere.
And not 5 seconds later, this happened.
You guys think this coolant's reusable?
Oh my god.
Oh, bro. Oh, guys.
At least it didn't like splash on me, it just hit my shoe.
It didn't get the new nice hoodie dirty.
Yeah, somehow. Got lucky. And unlucky.
That extends the job by probably half an hour.
Probably. God.
You know what's even better, guys? When you knock over the bucket that you're cleaning it up with as well.
Yeah, we just reset all that progress.
Oh, we're gonna be here all day. We're not even working on the car, we're just cleaning.
I don't even know.
Well, at least all the coolant went somewhere. And we can now take the ruds out, starting with these small side auxiliary radiators. Then we can work on taking the big ones out.
Leave it all there. Throw it out as a pack. Or you will. I think it's out. Why are the ruds falling out?
Oh, bloody hell.
You gotta pick your ruds up at the top too. You've actually cooked it because this side. Bro, I didn't know what to do. Huh? Oh, not on the run. Oh, that seals it.
No, it'll survive. So it just hit the floor with a bit of a bag. Hey!
I mean, jeez.
Oh, I did the different bolt on that side to that side. You know what? It came out, right? Alright guys, I'm sorry you had to watch that. Not really our proudest moment, but...
These things happen. It's part of taking the engine out of a car. Now, we're gonna work our way backwards with this thing. We've got the ruds off now. So the next thing is gonna be drop the suspension because we're dropping the subframe with all of it. Then we can go back, take the heat shields off and stuff. Then onto the downpipes, then onto the prop shaft, and a couple more bits, and this thing's out. I have to say, guys, if you don't ever buy a crashed M, if you're gonna buy a crashed car, there's definitely better cars to buy.
This doesn't stop having issues. Oil leaking from the sump.
I mean, this car and Jake's car combined are two of the biggest jobs we've ever done. And that's not because the crash was bad. I mean, this was bad, but... Like, oh my god.
We just have the worst luck with these cars.
I don't even think it's luck. It's just a bad design. Like, this impact on my car has damaged virtually everything on it. It is insane. And now we're tearing it apart because of that. Your car, well, there's a huge update coming, so stay up to date, subscribe, put the notification bell on. There'll be a video very shortly on Jake's car and everything wrong with it, because not only was this one having to be teared apart, Jake's might have to as well, so keep up to date.
Because we should have had them off by now.
So, in order to drop the suspension with the engine, there are a few things that we have to take off that are going to be left behind on the car itself. And they are the shocks and the brake calipers, because we don't want to lose our brake fluid for the moment. Because if you didn't know, it's one of the most corrosive fluids in a car. It can actually make paint bubble, so it's not a good thing if you get it on the body of the car. So we'll leave it for the moment and hang it up on the shocks for now. Once that's out of the way, we can start working under the car on the drive shaft, which connects the gearbox to the wheels.
That'll do for number one. It's completely off.
And, well, now it's just a couple more things and we'll be ready to drop the motor. So, with that being said, if you have enjoyed what you've seen so far in this video, please consider liking and subscribing to Jake and I, as it means so much more than people realise. So please, if you like what you see, like, comment and subscribe. With all of that being said, let's drop this motor.
First things first, those transmission bolts are coming off. Just 4 13 mils. I watched it. There we go. Transmission's hanging. Now for the engine to hang. All the bolts on this engine are extremely loose. I mean, it's obvious this thing's been out before. This is not the first time.
The question is, why?
Why did they remove it?
Has it spun the crank hub?
Look how easy
Has it
that
had a
is.
crank hub? Yeah, I didn't put any effort into that.
Man. This car, these BMWs, though, the owners all just crash them and break them and take the engines out. Then claim on insurance.
Naughty, naughty. If you own a BMW, sell it to me immediately. I want all the BMWs. I want all of them.
Every single one.
If you have one that's cooked, sell it to me. Ready?
That was sick. That was so cool. Mate, you've made the ratchet hold the engine. Is the bolt still in? The bolt's loose? Bolt's loose.
It let go, and that's why all the weight came down on the ratchet.
Just leave the ratchet then.
Ratchet's holding the engine, mate.
Just leave it. Right, we can just drop the engine.
We're ready to drop it, go.
And then we can just lift that off thereafter. We'll just lift it up.
Goodbye, S55.
So the other side.
Putting it in the bin, mate.
Put the whole car in the bin.
The
God's sake, we just undid all the work that we did and more.
Yeah, the whole rebuild's just been undone.
Hell.
Suspensions come out on my side. I like all of it. I like it all. Yeah, you can go pretty good. Go for it. Move it back. Another one out. No! This was never meant to happen, guys.
This is not supposed to be like this.
But it's the way things are. Here you go. Here's your favorite motor. And there's your favorite chassis rail. The job we're going to be doing. This whole thing here is going to be swapped.
Tell you what though, it's very small. This is a small engine bay.
Yeah, you can power the car if you put a bicycle in there.
I'll do that. I'll scrap that thing.
Scrap that, yeah.
Fred Flintstone style.
Wow, what a cool looking motor.
I wonder why it's been out before.
Yeah,
That's the biggest question in my mind.
How cool.
Well, we don't know. Like, look, we don't know, do we? It may have not been out.
Who knows? So there you go. Got to undo all the heat shield and everything like that. Mid pipe.
Is the car going to fall off the lift, Chris? If you,
Nope.
if you push it up, will it tip?
Oh, do I want to test that theory?
Oh my god, it does! It will tip off
I've
the
never
lift.
shit myself more in my entire life.
Is that much lifted?
No. That scared the crap out of me. I didn't expect it to lift.
You'd
that
have to
easy.
push it a fair bit to like, make it tip over though.
No. No, I could do it with 2 fingers if I wanted. That was scary.
In the bin.
That car would have been good.
I tell ya.
That does lift really, really easily.
Yeah, there's no more weight in the front. That's scary.
It's because it's such a light car.
Yeah, these cars weigh basically nothing. When the engine's out, there's nothing.
Well, part 1 is done. The engine is out. Now for the real hard work. Alright, the engine is going into long-term storage. We're taking it for a walk because my car don't drive anymore.
At least the S55 still lives on.
Yep, it's still moving. Up he goes. Go on, son.
Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the M4. We now have the entire front end stripped, engine is out, front end is off, and I think we're prepared to give this chassis leg here a go. Obviously it's bent, so we'll get a good look at that in the next video using these tools here. We have no experience, so we're going to give it a go. Going to see if we can nail this job. If we can nail this job, then it proves that you don't need to pay $30,000 to get someone professional to do it, because you become the professional. Now, aside from that, stay tuned for next week, because next on the channel we have the car that you can see behind me. We have got our famous G-Wagon back on the channel next week. Obviously last time it garnered a lot of interest, 42,000 views, so I know you guys are going to be keen for that. We have a lot of new information on the car. It's something you're not going to want to miss. You may have noticed some things in the background there that hint at the whole issue with this car. So stay tuned for what's coming on this thing next week. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of those things. We want to hear what you have to say in the comments. We have a lot of interesting stuff. With that car, the chassis rail was screwed. That shouldn't have been passed with this car. It was obviously supposed water damage, and there's a lot to cover on it. So subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next week.